Live from the heart of the Blue Ridge, Roanoke, Virginia. It's the Just Bernard Show with host Bernard Alvarez. Join Bernard as he shares topics that reveal the real matrix and empower your human experience, including world liberty, the esoteric, suppressed technologies, spiritual ascension, and human consciousness. Humanity has awakened, and our time has come to realize our full potential. And now, live from the Star City, your host, Bernard Alvarez.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome for today's very, very special broadcast of the Just Bernard Show. I am so glad that all of you are joining us today. I see so many of you have already come online, and I'm so glad that this is an important working for all of us. This is a very interesting time, and I like the fact that so many of us are rallying around to as magical folk, as witches, as healers, as muggles, coming to rally around to send protection, to bring universal justice, and all the like. So, let's talk a little bit about what's happening. As I'm sure many of you have been watching, either online or on television, the world is in a state of flux. And with that being said, I want to remind everyone that it is unfortunate that the birthing process can be very painful. We are definitely on the precipice of something hopefully wonderful. Hopefully this will all lead to a more enlightened society. It's amazing how all of this has been spreading around the world. You see these rallies and the support coming from New Zealand, Australia, or Europe, just all over the place. And it's not just an American issue. It truly is a global issue. So that's why we're here today. We are here to join together, join our focus together, join our intentions together, through the power of our will and our focus to help restore universal justice, balance, healing, and protection for all of those involved or not involved. So before we start, why don't we talk about today is the super moon, and a little while ago we had a penumbral, I hope I'm saying that right, a penumbral eclipse. So why the full moon? Why does the full moon matter? That today's the full moon, and we're doing this spell today. For those of you that may not understand the power of the moon or our belief, those of us as magical folk, while we understand the moon's energy might be a little bit subtle, it is distinctive. It is different from the sun. It is different from the planet. We see this as the energy of the goddess. On top of that, during the full moon, we believe and sense and feel that this energy is at its strongest. Interesting about eclipses. Eclipses happen to have the energy of the moon at all of its phases. So when we have a full lunar eclipse, you're seeing all the moon phases in a very short period of time. A lot of people, many magical folk, believe it's not a good time for a spell. I believe it's a perfect time, especially if you want to speed it up. Now, with a penumbral eclipse is only a partial eclipse. So the moon is moving from, let's say, from a crescent moon to maybe a half a moon, and then it goes back to the crescent moon and then back to the full moon. So it's not the complete all of the stages. It's not completing all of the stages of the moon cycle. However, it is still a symbol of it, almost like it's erasing and regenerating in a very short time. So it's a wonderful energy. And that's kind of what we want to see happen, right? We want to see injustice erased. We want to see harm that is coming to people, protesters, property, whatever it is, people getting hurt by the authorities. We want to erase that. And we also want to regenerate and heal and bring this all up to the top, to the surface. So, what I'd like to do, we got quite a few viewers on already, so I think this would be a good time for us to get started. What I'd like us to do. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to go through the outline first. Sorry about that. I know I asked you all to bring a candle if you have one. The reason why I chose a candle because everybody has a candle. If you don't have a candle, do not worry. I do have a virtual one you can watch on the screen. The candle is going to be representative of the energy and the power of Ma'at, the fire of transformation, the destructive yet regenerative force of fire. See the image behind me. It's a very fiery image. That is Ma'at, for those of you who do not know who she is. She is the goddess of universal justice. She is the goddess that is universal truth. And we're going to get more into that. As well, we talked about, if you wanted to bring any crystals, if you have any crystals that represent justice or healing to you, please bring them around you if you think it'll amplify your working. Any symbolism, any herbs or anything like that that you feel an affinity have an energy of healing and or justice. So by all means, use that as amplifier for your focus. But we're just going to use a candle. We will be starting by doing a grounding meditation. We are not going to be doing a full moon meditation. We're going to jump right into the working. I believe the energy is pretty intense enough that we kind of want to just focus and direct it at this point. So we will be doing the grounding energy. We will be drawing down the moon and invoking the goddess of goddesses, the unnamed goddess, and have her energy come into this working. And then we're going to focus our energy on Ma'at as the goddess of universal justice and wisdom. So, I just wanted to peek at the comments here. So I want to say hello to all of you that are watching. I see many of my friends there. I'm not going to call out your names, that you see yourself there. Anyway, so why don't we take a moment to get into a comfortable position. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes. But we're going to be grounding our energy. I'd like us to bring our attention to this moment, to this space, to this time. If you can, put your feet firmly on the ground. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. And exhale. Again, taking a deep breath in. Pause and exhale. Feel the ground beneath you. Allow yourself to feel connected to the earth. Allow yourself to be connected to this very moment with a clear mind and a clearer focus. We are here to do work, and that's what we're going to do. Blessed be. At this time, I would like you all to join me in connecting with the moon energy. If you missed the full moon or missed the eclipse, well, I don't have an eclipse, but I have a moon video that we can focus our energy on, or you can close your eyes. But take a moment and see the moon, feel her energy, and let's align and tap into that energy of the moon, lending us strength, lending us focus. O great goddess, lady of the night, hear us, your children, as we ask of your divine presence here within our sacred circle of light, where we have come to partake of your great strength, power, and wisdom. Join us, great goddess. Blessed be. So on this full moon night, we are going to as well align ourselves with the energy of Ma'at, to be a channel for Ma'at. She is the goddess of truth, of justice, harmony, and the divine order. The goddess is the embodiment of them. The goddess Ma'at is the embodiment of them, and that energy is her. She is above the ideas of right and wrong. She is truth. Nothing is stronger than the truth. She is universal order itself. And we are calling on her during this extreme time of need, when finding balance, when bringing universal justice and order, weigh out the good and the bad. This is very critical, that we do not impose our will, but allow the will of the universe to find the balance, to find the truth, and to restore justice in the universal order of things. She's a very powerful goddess. Her energy can be intense, can be destructive, but as well can be very creative. So at this time, what I'd like us to do is let's light our candles. I happen to have picked a red candle. And this will represent the energy of Ma'at in this working. And if you have if you have a candle in front of you, that will represent her energy. As well, those of you, I don't think she's wearing it in the picture behind me. She also usually is seen with an ostrich feather sticking out of the top of her head. I don't have an ostrich feather. But we are going to be smudging using the feather wand, and there is a reason for this. It is to purify us, not just smudging away the bad energy, but to purify our crown chakra, our heart chakra, and of course our hands and our feet and everything that creates and is a part of who we are. So I am going to light my incense now. If you have incense, by all means, go ahead and light it now. I'm going to stand up, and I hope, actually I can probably pull this up a little bit. There we go. I'm going to start with myself, and then I will smudge everyone on the screen. So let's start by smudging your crown. Allow the smoke, even if it's virtual smoke, to fall over you. Allow it to go to your throat so you may speak truth. And now, especially into your heart and down, down to your feet. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure. So mote it be. Now it's time for our working. Take a deep breath and join me. Close your eyes if you'd like. Sense the energy of the moon moving through you. Sense the energy of Ma'at moving through you. Feel the warmth of the candle in your room or on the screen, representing her presence and adding her power to this working. The fire of transformation. Great Ma'at, this is a time in need of balance, of healing, of protection, and of universal justice. We ask that our hearts be cleansed, and for your scales of justice to restore the balance on the earth and in our lives. If your eyes are not closed yet, please close them now. And I'd like you to visualize, if you would, the wings of Ma'at spreading over the world. See her wings unfolding above your city. See the shade or the shadow of her wings begin to cover your region. Begin to see that shadow grow larger and larger as she flies over the horizon, covering everyone with her shadow and power until she makes a full circumference around the planet. And she continues to fly around the planet. And now she begins to become brighter and more golden. And the color emanating off of her wings is a bright red, the color of transformation, of healing and rejuvenation. And as she continues to fly over the earth with the streams of red light streaming at the tips of her wings, that energy begins to descend on the planet, descending on those that are calling for justice and filling their hearts. It flies over the city, and that energy fills the authorities with that calling for universal justice and balance. That red energy fills the courts, fills the capitals, fills the Senate, fills all houses of parliament and parliamentarians and senators, filling their hearts with that red transformational energy, calling for universal justice, for balance, for protection, for healing. Maud flies towards Washington, D.C. now, making a direct line toward the White House, flying over, knowing universal truth, knowing universal justice, knowing healing, and knowing the cosmic order must be restored. And the red energy falls from her wings, filling the White House lawn and those around it, going into the house itself, filling all of the occupants and transforming them with this red light of universal justice, not man's justice. Universal balance, not man's balance. Universal healing, not man's healing. Restoring balance and power to the universe, to all people. And she continues her flight around the world, and that red energy continues to stream and fall all over the big cities, the small towns, filling the hearts of those protesting, of those in their homes, of those in the fields, of every single person in the world with a calling and understanding of justice, the calling and understanding of balance, the calling and understanding of self-healing. And she flies around the world a few more times, and this time she specifically flies over those who are demonstrating, shielding them with strength, with protection, so they may no longer be harmed, and they may no longer harm any. Sending protection to all involved in the change, the transformation. The world is restored. Universal justice is restored. Balance is restored. All are healed. Goddess of order, may you hold the world in balance and harmony as you hold the universe. May your honesty and truth help us to see through that which is false and misleading, and to perceive only what is truth. Goddess of justice, may your hand guide my own and keep us from disturbing my balance of self, harming none, restoring peace, the world in balance with the universe. As we do will it, so mote it be. Blessed be. I got goosebumps. Thank you. I can feel you. I feel her. I feel you. Take a moment to come back, ground and center. Dedicated to universal balance, not man ego balance. Dedicated to universal peace and justice, not man's peace or justice. The spell is done. We have won. Clever, right? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I actually just want to sit here for a moment. This was great. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. I really appreciate it. If you can, by all means, share the video. Let's keep this universal chain, universal justice and balance chain going. Um, that's it. I leave you in peace. I love you, and I will see you all very, very soon. Be safe, be healed, be at peace. I love you. Bye-bye.